Hey, what up, guys? It's Julia Van Speaker, and who we got on the show today?
Duane Cali.
Duane Cali, you got me so hyped to do this interview today. Your music is phenomenal. I can't believe you're such a hidden gem. I'm introducing people to you left and right as much as I possibly can, because I feel like this is gonna be. I think these next couple months is gonna be your time. We're gonna get into your marketing scheme as well, which is brilliant. We gotta throw that out there. I've never seen anything like that before. But let's get into the start of your career before we get into the Duane Cali that we have today and the new single that you just dropped, "Livin on Cruise." So how did you start your career?
So I started, I really started singing when I was 6 years old. My mom was in the music industry. She's a rapper. And growing up around hip hop at the time, I used to I don't want to say this, but I really didn't like it as much because I was in the studio. It was her job to me. So Erykah Badu had came on television one day, and I remember being so intrigued by her. I started singing her songs. So my mom started singing her songs around people, and they were telling me oh, you could actually really sing. And so I was, I guess you could say, self-taught. So then she started to put me in a studio to do little stuff as a kid. I was just playing around at the time. Wow. But, I was recording little cool songs. And then later on, I started to take it more seriously around the age of 13. So that's when I put out, some of my first songs. I'm not even going to say the names because they're kind of,
we all go through that point though in life.
Yeah, but I did start when I was 13. I ain't
right.
On what it was.
Nah, I don't blame you. I think everybody's first major release with anything, whether it's rap or singing, it's always a little. Well, we was just starting out.
Sometimes today I'll be going back listening, what was I talking about? What was that note? I thought this was good. Because, people, they want to be nice when you're a kid, tell you
right.
This is good. So I thought I was doing something, but, now I'm here. So I know that was kind of not it.
Absolutely. So, what's crazy too? In your voice, I don't know if you've ever heard this before. You have to me, I don't know why, it's very reminiscent of Jamie Foxx a little bit. I don't know if anybody's ever said it to you.
I hear that all the time.
It's very reminiscent of it.
Foxx, or I get Tank.
Well, Tank is a good one. Tank for sure. Yeah. That's a good one. I was all throughout your music, I was damn. I'm he sounds somewhat familiar, but not heavy on the familiar. But then I was it kind of reminds me of Jamie Foxx when he used to mess around a little bit, give us a little bit of taste back in the 90s. When he was on the show, he was huh? Then he's you hold on.
Yeah. You know what? Me personally, I've been trying to hear it. I couldn't really hear it listening to him, but a lot of people have told me that I remind them of Jamie Foxx. Some people say Tank.
Absolutely. And Jamie Foxx is legendary too, by the way. That should be one of those, his career is Tank as well, because Tank is a beast at writing too, and it's singing obviously, but both of their careers are still flourishing. It's I feel with R&B and certain artists, they don't go as far. So I feel the Jamie Foxx comparison is that's a big ticket right there, man. He's A-list.
I love Jamie Foxx music. I just didn't know where people were coming from when they said it. I was
of
what
course.
You mean though?
No, absolutely. I got you. So when I'm listening to your music, you have such a huge versatility to you. And it's Livin on a Cruise is more a kind of a pop track, but then you've got that R&B, and then you got that groovy kind of it gives me that, what Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak is doing right now a little bit, and then you have that gangsta kind of vibe there. You know what I mean? You can go in so many different lanes and be able to hone it and take it. So let's talk about your writing style and what inspired you to actually, I guess, be so versatile, because most artists can't jump on different lanes and run with it. You know what I mean? It's it's not for you, but that's a nice try. But for you, you really take the bull by its horns.
Yeah, for me, it's just I get inspired by beats. When I hear certain beats, my mom had always, because she's a rapper. So she would say, no matter what beat it is, you always make sure that you can body that beat. Yeah. If somebody drop a beat, you the artist. You make sure you put a good body of work on that art, and so, or on that beat, because it's a canvas, and I'm the painter. So that's what I just do. Like when I hear beats, I automatically think like, how can I fit into this? And then a lot of times I come out with something, dope and different. And I personally like pop a lot. Like I like pop music a lot. And
who's your favorite pop artist, by the way?
Huh?
Who's your favorite pop artist? Like 90s, like
right. 90s.
Like late 90s. I don't know how old you are, but we could do like late 90s.
You know what? Like in the 90s, Andre 3000 would be like the closest.
Okay.
And I'm actually very inspired by him as well.
Okay, I can definitely see it.
CeeLo Green.
That's so funny because I was looking at you and I'm like, and I'm thinking about your music and I'm thinking about how versatile you are. I thought of CeeLo Green like maybe 2 seconds, like I swear to you, 2 seconds ago, you just said it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I actually got a chance to be in the studio with him one time, like a couple of years ago, like back in 2013, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like a dope experience. It was crazy. That
energy had to be insane.
Yeah, I didn't do music with him. I was there for a different reason, but I was there. I got
still felt the presence. Exactly. Still got the presence.
But yeah, him, like I like, I'm inspired by versatile artists like that. Like Erykah Badu, like that was the first time I got to witness something so different and out of the norm. So, and then my mom, her inspirations. What happened?
I said definitely for urban music too.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to continue. My fault. I'm keeping this one in the show.
Okay. I was like, what's going on right there? Wait for it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's break down Living on a Cruise versus your previous music. Like I like Pretty Girl, Ugly Issues, and then my other fave, like I feel like today my new fave is definitely it's what was it? What is like What You Mad For? There we go. What You Mad For?
Oh, What You Mad For?
I really fuck with that.
One. All right.
Yeah, I really fuck with that one. So let's talk about them breakdowns.
Like you want to know the differences between the two, or like
the differences between Living on a Cruise, because I feel like that's a new good, like dope direction that you're going in versus the stuff that you've done in the past.
Yeah. So starting with PGY. PGY, when I created that was more storytelling at that time. I was just encountering so many different females who, were aesthetically pleasing, but then their attitudes just didn't align with the aesthetics. And I was just like, you don't have to have a bad attitude, or you don't have to, act a certain way just because you look a certain way. Because I feel like some people feel like, oh, I look this way so I can act this way. But really it just takes away from, who you are. Right. That style, I took it a little bit slower, and that melody and that vibe was just so really more so you can listen to, the words and everything. And I took a lot more time on that video too, because I really wanted to tell that story. With Living on Cruise, this is more like a summer record that I was putting out, and I just wanted people to vibe. This is a time where everybody is in entanglements. They're not trying to be in a relationship. They're not, they just trying to have fun for the summer. And I was just like, and that's how we all feel right now. Like we ain't trying to be on no winter vibes, some summer vibes. So that's what that record was all about. And I actually made that record last year.
Wow.
With Brian Bates, Killer B. He's produced Positions for Ariana Grande, and he's on a new Ariana Grande record with Ty Dolla $ign and Ariana Grande too.
Is it Safety Net that they're that's the one he did, Safety Net? Was it a different one?
I don't even know the name of the record, honestly.
Nah, it's all good because that's all I needed to know. I was like, that's probably. I'm really weird. Sometimes I don't know who the producer is until I do like further research. I'm like, why do I like this type of sound so much? And then I find out it's like the same producer or the same engineer, or something like that, something along those lines. And like that's always been my taste. So I'm like, maybe that's why I really like that song so much because I literally added "Livin' on Cruise" to 4 different of my playlists, and I've been bumping it. Yeah, I've been bumping it. Absolutely. Like I had to, I was like, boop, 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 add here just in case I forget it's over here. Like I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
All right.
But like when we was in the studio, like we was really working on some R&B records at first. But he likes my tone in the pop sense, and I do too. And I was trying to do R&B because I wanted to, you know, connect with my people more, you know. I'm just trying to, you know, but the pop is really what fits me more so.
I agree because I really love, I don't know. It's like, first of all, I love your other stuff too, by the way, but I really feel like Living on Cruise is I think that's what fits you, but you're still versatile regardless. But Living on Cruise and that tone, like you said, that tone, that direction I think that's it for you for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So you have any other potential collaborations that's coming up that we can talk about? Because I know sometimes y'all can't be talking about it.
Yeah, I honestly don't right now. It's just it's just out in the air. Like
well, who would you like to work with? Like out of anybody, doesn't matter. Producers, writers, engineers, arrangers, unless you're doing arranging.
Who I would like to work with is I really want to work with Doja Cat. I feel like if me and Doja Cat got together and did something, that thing right there gonna be crazy. We gonna take off with it. I'm telling you.
That thing gonna be thangin'. That's what it's gonna be doing. That thing gonna be
thangin'. That's what it's gonna be doing. I'm just trying to get up in the studio with her one time.
I think it can work.
And then SZA on some, you know, I want to do some stuff with her too.
I am loving this because I'm hearing all the sounds and the flavors and the whole energy and the vibe coming together right now in my head. You're really just painting me a picture.
Hey, I'll be hearing it every time I mention their name. I'm like, just come on, let's go.
I'm telling you, it's definitely going to happen. I think sooner than later. Listen, your time is definitely coming, and I feel like the whole world is going to know exactly wwho Duane Cali is. So it's only a matter of time.
That manifestation, I receive it. Come on,
I'm telling you, let's throw it out there. All right, so this is my favorite part of the show. But before we get to my favorite part of the show, are we going to get some more blessings from you this summer before we even get to my favorite part of the show?
Definitely. So just want to work on Living on Cruise, and I already have the records prepared to put out. It's just I want to be, you know, put everything out in the right time and make sure it's done correctly. Feel like this song is something that, like you said, can go far. So I want to push that as far as it can go. And then I'm going to just drop the next record after that. So I definitely want to do that this summer.
And who came up with your marketing, by the way? Because them tickets that you put on them cards look so real. I would have been mad as hell at first.
So what had happened was, you know, I get tickets. I live in downtown.
Damn.
So I get tickets for every reason every day. I just got a ticket the other day. Damn. And I even posted it on my social media so people know, like, I get tickets all the time. Like, so I didn't really think that it would upset people seeing that it's a fake ticket. Because if I got a fake one, I would be laughing at that.
I would be too, but then I would go and see what it's about. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, like, I didn't really think that it would upset people the way it did.
Really?
Maybe it's the area or the community that I did it in, and they were just upset. They didn't dislike my video 2,000 times, but I was showing love, too. I'm not going to lie. They showed me some love on there, too. So, it's like, you know, people going back and forth on there, like, y'all being dramatic, and people are like, this is just evil. Don't do stuff like that. So,
not evil.
Yeah, like people just trying to
bless you
to this bad man. I'm not a bad person, you know.
Right.
It's just when I see tickets on my car, I'm more so just like, damn, I got another ticket. Like,
yeah.
You know. So I was getting tickets a lot at the time, and I was just like, you know what? This will make people pay attention right here.
Right.
People see parking tickets on their car. They see a regular flyer on their car, throw it on the ground.
Exactly.
Go about their business and probably never know who you are. A parking ticket, they gonna read it, they gonna see what it's about.
Right.
You know, they probably gonna sit in their car for a minute with it thinking it's a real ticket and then go back to read it. I feel like it's something that I felt like it was something that would make people pay attention, and that's how I came up with it.
And you know what? I think it worked regardless, no matter what. They probably like, what the man?
Yeah.
Duane Cali. Huh. All right, let me go check it out.
Yeah.
Before I curse him out, right?
You know, that was a reaction I expected, but some people just said they had heart attacks and, you know, they cried and they had 55 kids and they didn't know what they was going to do about it. And I was just like, well, damn. I didn't know all of that was about to, happen. I just thought y'all was about to see it and be like,
right.
Let me see what this is,
Right. Nah, I hear you on that one. That's some creative marketing. I would still keep it going regardless. Like, keep it going. Screw it. They'll get over it eventually.
We've been keeping it going, though.
Hey, it's like a golden ticket. You got to throw a golden ticket in there.
Hey, you know what I say? Just keep it in the archives. I mean, I actually heard too, somebody has said on Twitter that Nas had did it a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just like, I never knew that.
Me neither.
I was like, I'm glad we thinking the same. That says something a little bit,
Exactly.
But they said, I wonder what the reaction was back then. But of course, they didn't have social media and all that stuff. So people,
exactly. I hear you on that one. All right, so this is my favorite part of the show. It's called 5 Fast Facts. You've got to drop 5 gems about yourself for the people out there. So this is a good time to get to know Duane Cali. So 5 quick things about yourself right now.
I was born the same day as Biggie Smalls. I started singing when I was 6 years old. I live in Los Angeles, California.
Shout out
4?
Cali.
Is that 4?
That's 4. That's 4.
Okay, and then my father is a pastor.
Oh wow!
No, how
damn. Exactly. Hold on. We don't grew up in the church. I don't know. He's old school or he's like more lax now. So he's definitely.
That's a whole nother story.
He probably heard your music and probably try to like minister to you, talking about, God said in the Bible that this rock and roll.
You need to sing for Jesus. You need to sing for God and use your talents for God. You're not using it for the worldly things in the secular world. And I'm just like,
That's that Christian upbringing right there.
But guess what? They didn't want to let me sing in church because I ain't singing.
This is almost like a Katy Perry situation in a way.
Katy Perry?
Well, she grew up Christian Pentecostal, and then she tried. Yeah, she tried it out, and it didn't work with her as a Christian artist. Wow. She used to be under Kate Hudson, and then flipped over to Katy Perry, and all hell broke loose, and she blew up.
Oh wow! I never knew that. That's crazy.
Yeah, her parents are like Bible, like super Bible thumpers. Wow. But now they with it. So hey, it's your turn, man. God is using you.
Like the money is here, so I guess so.
Exactly. God
is blessing us through your talents. So.
Exactly. Well, Duane, thank you so much for dropping by today. I really appreciate your time. I can't wait to see you blow up. Thank
you for having me.
Absolutely. You're welcome back anytime. I expect to see you on every possible chart out there. So I need to see you dominated. So I'm going to hold you to that.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm Julia Vamps. This is Duane Cali. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening.